see. If you had a link, check the link and see. Just click the link for live. Should be.
You sent it to me?
Yeah, it's in the group.
Yes, indeed.
We live, right?
We alive. Okay. It's
Guys, welcome back. Welcome back. So we definitely creating a better format, guys. It's the end of episode 1. And oh my God. What talk to them. Introduce yourself and let the people know, man. I need to hear. We're taking no time. We're going with it.
All right, Kato, my guy here. Welcome everyone to Second Fridays. Everyone that's here and online live. We welcome you back. We had a break last month, but we're here again. Now, what we do here is we bring professionals like ourselves.
Business
Professionals, whatever business you're into, we bring you here, we gather, everybody come, they show up, they get seen, and they grow. We multiply our business is what we do here together. I'm so happy for this platform. First of all, I want to thank Nutmeg Clubhouse. That is where
Definitely.
we are.
1215 Flatbush Avenue.
That's right. Miss D, thank you for always accommodating us
And
here.
we have to let the viewers know that this space is available for all your events, your baby showers, your repasses,
Yes.
or if you want to have an event like this, your pop-up shop.
Your pop-up shop.
We're right on Flatbush Avenue.
Exactly,
You know?
and
Yeah.
it's a great location because it's actually level to the
street level,
street level, right?
And you don't have to wait in a line for bathroom.
No,
You
there are
have
two beautiful bathrooms.
you
First
can-
thing I do when I come in, go straight
Straight
to the
in,
bathroom.
you understand?
After my long drive, you know?
Yeah.
But it's worth it, guys. You know, this has been very successful.
Yes.
We've met so many amazing people
Facts.
that come and they showcase their business. They talk about what they do, what they can provide to the community. And that's what this place actually is, a community.
Definitely.
It's a foundation for a lot of different people in the community that use here as a platform.
As their platform.
Yes.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So, Mr. Phil Ben, talk to the viewers. Let them know, guys, you know it's summertime, right? We getting ready for the winter. And you know, outside hot.
Very.
Right now, in the winter time, it's not so hot. You need a place where you could feel hot, walk around in your boxers if you want to, cozy up. Now is the time to start shopping for your house. Income tax money don't come in. So all this should have been ready. So,
invest.
Mr. Phil, talk to the viewers. Let them know.
So this is what I do. This is what I've been doing for 20 years in our community.
Facts.
Empowering our community with information, finance, real estate, spirituality. I mean, we have a holistic approach to helping people create wealth. You know,
Facts.
And not just wealth for oneself.
Generation. Yep.
You know, and we are using this
Platform.
platform
Yeah,
here.
Second Fridays.
Second Fridays here at the Nutmeg House. You know, we do a lot of webinars. We do also one-on-one counseling sessions
Right.
with people to give them the information
Good evening.
that they do need, you know, to be empowered and successful.
Yes, sir. We are all live. Just have a seat.
People walking in as we're talking here.
Yeah.
You know, it's no formality. We just sharing the
Yeah,
information
it's all
to
family,
everyone.
it's
Yeah,
all
exactly.
family. Yes, indeed. Yes, but definitely, this has been a really exciting episode.
It's been
you
a
know.
great journey
Yes.
because for myself as well, because we're not just bringing people with business, with professional business as far as real estate only, bankers. There are people who come here with health and wellness business.
Yes. A lot of startups.
A lot of startup business,
Yeah.
a lot of young people. What about cleaning service? I mean, we're just going right into it.
So we're talking about, guys, honestly speaking, the platform, right? We really wanted to create a home, right? For entrepreneurs,
Yes.
creators,
Yeah.
spoken words,
Okay.
right? This was one of the things Mr. Phil was talking about.
Live performance.
Live
We
performance.
had that too,
So
yeah.
we having our little recap of
Yes,
the
yes.
of the
It's
whole
coming. It's
episode in a sense.
It
We
is.
had the doctor was here,
Oh yeah, holistic doctor.
And he went home and
Dr.
did
Larry.
an amazing treatment to Miss D one time.
Yes.
You know? So we had those things here, and we still creating that platform for you guys. So if you see this, yes, episode 1 has concluded. However, we are still taking information. So anyone who would like to be part and be here with us, if you see fit that you would like to have a sitting at the table to interview your guests, we will certainly give you the chance to do so. But before we really get into the show, I want Mr. Phil Ben to give the viewers his information, because we does not really promote ourselves.
Yes, and that's
So
something we will be doing.
let them know your email, your phone number, where they can find you.
Okay, well, to reach me personally, on my hip, my cell phone, I prefer people to text me, and I always say text me because my number is in the spam database. So it is better just to text 347-526-3501. That's again 347-526-3501. That's the number to text me at. And if you want to email me, it's simple: wealth creation strategist at Gmail. Wealth creation strategist. There's a whole lot of strategies to create wealth.
Facts.
And trust you me, a one-on-one is really going to empower you with a ton of information.
Broop, broop. Look, when we say recap, right? Look at that. We have patches just let me see that CMOS in your hand.
Really?
Let me see that CMOS. Bring that CMOS. Bring that CMOS.
I weren't even here the first time, but
bring
now
that
we get to
CMOS in your hand. Guys, when we talk about one of our official partners, something for talk about. The flagship store is on 39 and Church Avenue. You see it right here. You see the packaging. So it's all natural fruits infused with CMOS. No milk, no sugar, no honey.
You're saying it the wrong way.
Talk to them.
Correct him, sir.
Correct.
It is CMOS infused
With
natural fruits.
Natural fruits.
He said it.
Proper thing. So we ain't jacking it. So Miss Roxy, before we continue, give the viewers, let them know where they can find you for catering, for booking, for event planning, how they can find you.
Well, he just went on the list right there, as you guys. So I'm Roxy, guys. One of the hosts here with my lovely gentleman here.
A rose among thorns.
So I'm coming with 20 years of experience with multiple things that I do. I am a private chef. I provide catering services. I also specialize in Trinidad and Southern cuisine is my specialty. But I take on any job. Just to ask me and I'll figure it out. I'll put it together for you. Trust me.
She told her she got exhaust, right?
Wait, I ain't get that.
We had Phil jump in the gun. We jump in the gun.
They should now probably get.
Because we find she leaving out things.
No, listen now. I just said 20 years of experience with multiple things. I am also a creative consultant, event coordinator, bookkeeper. We go down the line, director of a health and wellness company. And one of my passionate thing right now is I'm focused on expanding my brand with my line of products. And with that being said, the garlic sauce is the hit. We don't have it here tonight, but it was here for many other
Definitely.
nights that we were here.
And samples will give
Yes,
Yeah, we had
did
samples,
the
yes.
fish and her bread food that they serve here every Friday night.
Yeah.
By the way, guys, you guys can place an order with Ms. D downstairs. I need to catch up.
there's
Don't
a
forget.
restaurant here as well.
Yes.
Yes, you can
downstairs.
order your food.
Yeah.
We have the drinks
Yeah.
as well.
So, in a nutshell, I am an all-rounder. I consider myself a woman of all trades, and no job is too big. So, my number is 516-312-1560. You can email me at chefontheRocks, CHEFOND as in David, ROXX @gmail.com. All right? One more time. CHEFOND as in David, ROXX @gmail.com. All right? And again, the numbers we're sharing, although we're promoting ourselves, it's also for you guys to reach out to us if you're interested in coming and being part of the Second Fridays with us. You know?
Absolutely.
Again, now Cato, he is our producer, the man behind everything here as well, the visionary towards this. And we're very grateful that he provides this platform. You know, we each have our own relationship from donkey years we go back with this gentleman here. But I can tell you one thing, coming here to be seen and grow, that is the key here in collaborating our professions together. And I thank you for allowing us to be part of this platform as well.
Well, you know it takes a community, right? So we sit in here, we have been doing business for years.
Yes.
I know Mr. Phil for some years now. And to continue the talk of the generational wealth, so we sitting at a table where Mr. Phil had the opportunity in helping me to find a home. So for most people here about Incubator 86 and Snow Cone, so it's because of this gentleman right here at this table is the reason why I'm able to really do Snow Cone, because I wasn't doing this before. So until I was able to have a security, now my mind was able to be free. So with that being said, yes.
And before we even go on, it was just not a regular piece of real estate.
Definitely.
When he shared his vision, what he wanted to create, all the things that he wanted to do.
Absolutely.
He did a search to find a space where he's not only living in it, he's not only collecting two rental
Income.
but he also is gardening in one section of it, and he's also
plenty garden.
he's also doing.
I just cut the weeds in the back.
So eloquently put. You said eloquently put. I love it.
But we also do, for a lot of people may have problem in the big city here with parking.
You're not even talking about the cooking, bro.
Oh, we didn't get to the oil lug yet though. Yeah, so we were talking about the parking, guys. If you're having problems with your car, New York City, the tickets and everything is getting crazy, and you need a place, Cato or Repo, we hold your car for you until you sort your life out. Mr. Phil wanted me to talk about the oil dung.
Yes.
So we do grenadian oil dung cooking. Also, you can get oil dung right here at the Nutmeg Clubhouse. If you're on Flatbush side, you could send for your order, let somebody come pick it up. So oil dung is a Grenadian thing, right? Your breadfruit, your pigtail, and your chicken backs and all these things.
And they work in, there's a conversation I had with several people, and they wanted to figure out when they order, if they are going
Come on in! It's the man of the hour, Mr. Albert! Woohoo! So we're talking, guys, real quick about the partners for selling me the property, my realtor, and my finance guy, Mr. Al Brown. So, yes, we're going to talk to him. Anyway, I think we need to cut this right now, guys. We don't need to continue too much. We need to get into the show. Yeah, we need to get ahead. So, who are we going up first with, Miss Sharon?
Miss Sandra.
Miss Sandra? Miss Sandra. All right, guys, so thank you very much for being here. Tell a friend, bring your business. It's the last of episode 1. Normally it's $20. Your first drink is included. Please do support the bar. Please order some food. We have the breadfruit, the fish, all of that good stuff.
And a huge shout out to our sponsor,
Oh yes,
bakery that created
the
special cake.
oh yes, for our, oh yeah,
It was amazing.
Alan's
For his
Bakery.
birthday. Yeah,
Yes.
it was amazing back in May.
Yes.
Yeah, and Clarence Roll. I mean, I couldn't stop eating.
Yes,
Yes.
Phil. We knew Phil.
So we had our local community biz partners, Alan's Bakery, and something for talk about. So you guys know we are also looking for more local business sponsors as well and partners to partner with us. And you do not have to have a brick and mortar. You can just have your regular business and we will feature you here as well.
Yes.
So let me get to the program, right? So
Sure.
let's fill, we got a box.
Yes.
Yeah, let's bring in the lovely Miss
Stay
Sharon.
tuned, one time.
Sandra.
Miss Sharon coming in one time. Sandra, sorry.
Hi.
Welcome, 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 everyone. I have a beautiful woman sitting next to me, and I'm just yes, you. So once again, guys, welcome to our second Friday at the Nutmeg Clubhouse down at 1215 Flatbush Avenue. Thank you again for hosting us here, Miss D and family and friends. Tonight we're gonna. My first guest tonight is a lovely woman. I just met her tonight, guys. Quite interesting. A lot of information she's going to share with us tonight in a short period of time. Her name is Sandra.
Yes, that's correct.
She's a financial professional. She's my first guest here tonight, and we spoke briefly a little while ago. Now, there's an accent, so I'm assuming British accent,
Yes,
correct?
that's correct.
Okay, so definitely a British accent. Not sure if you're based here or in London.
I'm here now.
You're here now?
Yes.
Okay, so very accessible. So, she has a lot of information and financial professional, like I mentioned, so you can imagine what comes with that. And I believe her focus, from what she told me, was generational wealth.
Yeah, and Phil, following on from what Phil was saying,
Yes.
because I heard him talking about generational
Yes.
wealth as well, which is something that he's passionate about as well. So.
Yeah, so please share with us some pointers and what your goal is with that tonight with the community.
So, besides generational wealth, I actually work as a financial professional. So I do retirement planning, I do investments. There's a whole array of different topics that I do, different investments, different strategies that I use. But one that really touches my heart is our community. We want to talk about generational wealth for our community. And it's like, has anybody ever wondered how the Rockefellers got so wealthy? Okay, I'm going to tell you how they got so wealthy. What they did is they created what it was is like they took out life insurance policies on every family member. And what they did is they created a trust. And so the beneficiaries of the life insurance policies was the trust. So say, for example, you're my daughter,
Right.
and I take out a life insurance policy on you, okay? The beneficiary of that will be the trust.
Okay.
Okay, so we have a trust, okay, that has like certain protections. So what happens is, so each family member, the beneficiary is the trust. So when you pass, what will happen is the money goes straight into the trust.
Okay.
So say, for example, now, at one point you wanted to borrow some money. You don't have to go to the bank. You're your own banker. So you'd go to the trust and you'd borrow the money from the trust. Okay, and you'd pay back the trust because obviously you've got to keep it there and keep it growing and keep it building. And so, and this also avoids taxes as well. You avoid a lot of taxes. You don't pay any interest because you're borrowing from yourself essentially. So I know for a fact that when I first got into this, like my mind was just blown away. And so what I did, I have one daughter. So what I did was I did the same thing for her and for myself, created a trust, took out we stacked a few policies so that if anything happens to her, or either of us, because it's just the two of us here, if anything happens to either of us, then the money goes to the trust. And it just builds and it just grows. So my daughter won't actually see the tremendous awesomeness of it, but her children will.
Wow.
And her children's children will.
Wow.
So it's life-changing.
Definitely. It's something that, first of all, not everybody, I'm sure, have heard of this.
No.
That is going into detail and is a great example because I never knew how they got their money, Rockefeller and Vanderbilt,
Yeah.
So that analogy, can that be something that any one of us can do for ourselves?
Any one of us can do it. Any one of us can do it.
What is the best advice to do to give someone who wants to start something like that? What should they have in place to get that? Like how they can create that?
Well, basically,
first?
what happens is so each policy, it's built to your budget. So, say for example, you don't have to put away $1,000 a month. It's whatever you can afford. So you put that away, and it has a death benefit, a certain amount of death benefit. So the death benefit, you can start with as low as, you can probably start with like $250,000 death benefit.
Okay.
and just go up and just increase it.
So
and
it all
just
depends
stack.
on the
Yeah, you
person
just start
finances.
with one, and
Yeah.
then you just stack your policies. That's what I've done. I
Right.
did. I stacked my policies. And so, so it's, if anything happened to me tomorrow, I joke about it all the time. My daughter's going to be a very wealthy lady.
Yeah.
Do you know what I'm saying? If anything happens to me. So,
So basically, you're setting yourself up and your generation, your grandkids and everyone, you're putting them in a place and you're setting a foundation.
you're setting a foundation. And I want to say that the relief that comes from that, that you don't have to...
Peace of mind.
Yeah, and also my daughter's like an only child. So
Right.
that was always something that was always at the back of my mind. Like,
Yeah.
what if anything happened to me? It's just the two of us in America. So, but it's just a peace of mind just knowing that you're okay. You
Yeah.
know, that she'll be okay and that you're okay. And also, another important factor, you can borrow from it, like I said before, anytime. So...
I'm hearing this, right? It's nothing compared to what you're explaining to me, but I'm thinking about like when people are trying to build credit. It's something that I learned very young. You borrow from your own money. You put the
Yes.
money in the bank.
Yes.
And let's say 6 months, like my stepfather used to always tell me, just put the money in the bank and get out your own credit card,
Yes.
and just pay it back. It's
Yeah.
yours, So that's...
Because you're building.
So
Yeah,
your
you're
own
building.
savings, you're borrowing from your own
Yeah.
savings.
And also, when we spoke earlier on, I was telling you that the wealth for the median, like the median household, black household, if you accumulate them all, all the household in the United States of America, is $3.5 trillion.
Wow, yes, I remember you brought that to my attention.
From our people, 3.5 trillion.
And that's in our community.
Yeah.
Really and truly,
Yeah.
right?
Yeah.
I think a lot of people have to get educated in order to be guided. Like even Mr. Phil called me one time about some advice with my children. And when you think about these things and when you're amongst people like us, you're always learning. And if educating yourself on something like that is important.
Absolutely.
So I need you to please share your information so
Okay.
that people
Absolutely.
can call you because you're knowledgeable about this, Even
Absolutely.
myself, I definitely need to have a consultation with you. I owe Mr. Phil one as well because it's so much information and life-changing information that can
Definitely
make a
life-changing.
difference.
Definitely.
Because we're all looking for financial freedom right now.
Yeah,
you know?
absolutely.
So,
Absolutely.
what is your number? Share with the viewers.
My telephone number is 929-672-7200. Again, that's 929-672-7200.
Wonderful. I thank you so much for coming on and
Thank
sharing
you,
this
thank
information.
you. Oh.
Very, very pertinent piece of information, I think, in life, and it definitely touched me. So we will be speaking very
Thank
soon.
you.
Thank you so much.
Thank you for having me. I
Hopefully you'll come
appreciate
back
it.
again. And,
Absolutely.
and see how you go, and maybe you have more information.
And different topics as well.
Different topics.
Different topics.
Exactly, because like you said, you mentioned retirement, investments as well.
Also, my phone number, it's 929-672-7200.
Wonderful.
Thank you ever so much. Appreciate
you,
that.
guys.
Thank you. Thank you.
You're welcome. Okay, guys. So, my producer, I'm going to consult with my producer here now and to direct me. What would you love Roxanne to do right now? You want to have a seat here? What are you doing?
So, yeah. Right now, we're going to be coming with Mr. Phil right now.
Okay.
Right? We ain't even going to take a break. We're going to go right through
Wonderful.
everything.
I agree.
So, let Mr. Phil get
Yes,
here.
guys.
And Ty, both of you guys are going to be up. And take off your mic one time. Mr. Albrung, get his info. So, you guys going to be coming back right after that.
Busy here tonight, guys.
So that's what it is, guys. This is what Second Friday is all about. Creators, influencers, community leaders. This is Mr. Albrung right here. Yeah. So this is what it is. Your mic is on, Mr. Phil? Yeah, so we can move this chair over the way. We don't really need that right now. And you can use that mic, turn it on.
I believe it's on.
Am I good? Yeah, you're good to go.
Good to go. Thank you.
Your mic is on, right?
My mic is on.
No, it's not. On and off.
Push it all the way to the end. Now we're good. Now we're off again. Now we're good.
We're good. Okay, good. All right. So we're going commercial free. Yeah, normally we have a little commercial in between, but today we're doing, as we're wrapping up this episode here of Second Friday's Networking at the Nutmeg House, and I think we have one of our sponsors here who went away with my CMOS.
Just mention it, something to talk about.
Oh, something for talk about. Somebody took my, this is going with me. Okay, thank you so much. Yeah, so our sponsor, something to talk about. And this is my sample, and I'm taking it with me when I leave. Shout out again to Allen's Bakery. This is gonna go down great with my my currants roll. I mean, if you all like a nice roast, a whole wheat roast bake, Allen's Bakery, for sure. So, Ty Cutner,
Yes.
my brother, it is always a pleasure to meet an audacious black man. So,
Tell the folks how we met. That's a good story, actually.
so I was a ShopRite over at Gateway Mall, and I was shopping, and I saw this gentleman with a hat, and I was like, this guy was like, who is this guy? And you know, he had confidence, and I said, I had to, he was with him and his wife, and they were shopping. I said, I have to meet this brother. And when I met him and I asked him what he was doing, and he said, I have a plan. And tell them what that plan, that audacious plan that you have.
So we were in ShopRite. I was with my lady, and Phil came up to me and asked me who I was, and a part of me was like, oh boy, what are you trying to sell me? So I said, I'm on a mission to heal the world. This is how I introduce myself to people. I'm on a mission, my name is Ty Cutner, and I'm on a mission to heal the world. In 10 or 15 years, there will be no more wars, no more crime, no racism. It will be a thing of the past. And the reason why I said that to him, because I was like, if he's trying to sell me something, there's nothing more important to heal in the world. The money is not going to mean anything if the world's burning down. So that's who I am.
As he started elaborating on what he's doing, because we've had many conversations, and I have connected him with a lot of people, because what he is about is necessary to the survival of humanity. And every opportunity that I have to connect him with somebody, I take the opportunity to connect him with someone that could move this vision he has forward. Because there are so many different strategies that he has up here, and God is downloading stuff on him to be able to make this vision come to fruition in a shorter space of time, because we don't have that luxury of time for this vision to drag on and drag on and drag on. We need every resource possible to come right this minute, because we all are paying attention to what's going on in the world, and we need healing now.
And someone has to say on a mission to heal the world in order for the world to be healed. If we think it can't happen, it's not going to happen. Nobody's going to do it. And so how am I going to do it, right? So I'm training a special psychotherapy model. My life, I found out while I was born into this world, my life mission. My life started with trauma. My father was killed before I was born. I'm born here and raised here in Brooklyn. My mom poured into me that I was gifted, talented, a golden child of the family. I was charismatic, funny, all that stuff. But she passed when I was 15 in the 10th grade. I lost a part of me when that happened. She was the most important person to me at that point by far, and I was so down by that. Fast forward 20-something years, it was one special therapy session that allowed me to retrieve that part that I lost. And it blew my mind that it only took one session and not years and years of therapy. I was blown, my mind was blown, but I was also a little bit upset because I was like, how come the whole world doesn't realize our mind is working this way? And why are they keeping this thing in therapy? Why aren't they giving it to everyone? We wouldn't be suffering what we're suffering through if we all had this awareness. So I got trained in the model. Now it's difficult to get trained because there's tens of thousands of therapists on the wait list to be trained in the model. Some have been on the wait list for 3 or 4 years. I got trained 3 times in like 1 year. And now I'm considered a prodigy in the model. And so, should I go into the model?
Yes, definitely.
Okay. So the model is called Internal Family System. So it's a psychotherapy model. It's been around for 40 years. It's trauma-informed, evidence-based. And the basic premise is that the human mind is a multiplicity. So physically, we all have one body, but mentally, we have different parts of us that represents the voices we hear in our head, the emotions, the dreams, the triggers. These voices we hear in our head, they're not all the same, even though they sound the same. They're different ages, they have different pains, different experiences. Some of our parts like each other. Some of our parts don't like each other. When you're trying to go on a diet, there's a part of you that's like, I'm going to go on a diet. But then there's another part of you that's like, I want some chocolate cake. And then you struggling inside your mind. If you only was one mentally, you wouldn't have these internal conflicts, right? But yet we have internal conflicts. And what's inside our mind is also represented on what's happening in the world. If we can't get right with ourselves when we're by ourselves, how can we have a better world? So we have to learn how to heal ourselves internally. In addition, we call it parts. These different voices, we call them parts in IFS. In addition to these parts, there's a self. And the self never gets hurt, doesn't get damaged. No matter how much trauma a person has went through in their life, the self remains undamaged. It's undamageable. And there's a relationship between the self and the parts that heals the wounds of the parts. But because we humans don't realize we have parts, we all thinking that we're one person because we have one body. When a part of us gets angry or upset or down, we become that part. And we call that blended. So when my mom passed, I was blended with sadness because I felt an abandonment. So anytime you go through any pain or struggle, you can get stuck in that feeling. You get blended with that. But once I was able to realize that I have other resources internally, that part of me that was down can have another part that's not down, or self can heal it and be with it, I was able to get through these things. So that's how I'm sharing to the world.
So tell me, what age were you when you came to this realization and when you started this this study in this series? And who's the person who you were studying under, who created this system? Tell me.
So the way that I got this model, the way it came to me, lightning was involved, right? So like I said, when I say I was destined for this, it's not by accident. I was connected to the founder of Black Therapist Rock. Her name is Duran Young, right? And 20-something thousand black therapists on Facebook. She's been a therapist for 18 years or so in the Air Force. In her own healing, she got some IFS. Somebody gave her IFS. Now, she knew all the modalities, but when they gave her IFS, it was different than everything else. So she asked the therapist, what was that? That was different. And they told her it's IFS. Well, what's IFS? So she went and did her research and ended up going to the IFS conference to meet the founder of the model, Dr. Richard Swartz. Now, it's been around for, at that point, 30-something years, right? And it's very white. So it was majority white people was in the model. Most black people didn't realize what the model was. So she was like the Harriet Tubman of this. She came in the room, and she opened the door for black people to come in. Right now, during that time, I'm good friends with her. So she says to me, she said, Todd, they want to have more diversity. Would you sit down and do a demo? So a demo is when they do a therapy session and they record it for the purpose of training. So I'm sitting down with my very first session was with the founder of the model. Now the reason why I said lightning was involved is because Duran and I, we went to a conference in Vegas. It was the first time we met in person. When we was heading back, I live in New York, she's in Maryland at that time. We fly into Baltimore. So she's like, all right, Ty, I see you. Her friend is picking up from the airport. I'm waiting for my plane to go from Baltimore to New York. My plane is people leaving the plane that I'm supposed to get on, and then people starting to board. I'm waiting for my section to be called. So I'm waiting, and then all of a sudden, people start leaving the plane. So they made an announcement. This plane is being canceled. Your next flight you'll find out when your next flight will be. Because the plane was hit by lightning coming in. So we had to down the plane. So I called Duran up. Hey, Duran, my plane's being down. Oh, come with me. I'm still here. Come with me. That allows us to get more connected with each other, right? And then from us being more connected, she was like, Ty, I shared my story about my mom passing. Now, before I could not talk about my mom. It was a pain that I couldn't talk about. Because at any point, a part of me would get too sad and I would start to cry. My protective parts won't let me be sad in public. They won't let me cry in front of strangers, so I wouldn't talk about that. But I was able to open up with her, right? And so I believe my mom was like, my son needs to connect to his internal world because I'm trying to get connected to him. This is my mom talking to me internally, right? I didn't know it at that time, but I was able to reconnect with my mom. My first session was with Dr. Richard Swartz. During that session, I'm an entrepreneur. All of us are entrepreneurs, right? So y'all gonna understand this point that I'm gonna make. I work from home. When I'm at my desk working, sometimes I'll be working and I hear part of me say, this is boring, let's take a break. You've been working all day, get a rest, right? So then I'll stop working, right? And I'll be chilling out. And then after a while, you got bills to pay, get back to work. So I can't work when I'm supposed to be working, can't relax when I'm supposed to be relaxing. That was the session. So in that session, we was like, okay, let's interact with these two parts. What does the working part want to do? Let's get to know him. Why does he want to work so hard? There's no safety nets for me. I have no parents. So if I don't work, I may starve. So we have to work. That part of me that wants to relax is like, okay, we get that, so why do you want to relax? When we start making the money, we're not going to know how to relax. We're going to be working even though we got money. So they both had a point. Now in this session, instead of it just being two of us, there was a third party. Before, I was either the working part or I was the one that was having leisure. But there was a third party to look at these two, and they worked that out like brothers. After that session was over, I felt more loving towards myself, even though I had that issue for a long time. And so that was my first session. The second session I had with Dr. Richard Swartz is when that 15-year-old part of me that lost his mom, we brought him into the session. And when that session was over, he recognized that I wasn't 15 anymore and that I can be with him. Even though mom is not here anymore, I could see him. Many of us have parts that are stuck in time because the trauma happened when we were young and we try to move on from it. But you can't move on. You have to retrieve.
I want you to stay right there. I want you to stay right there with the 5-year-old you. I remember because we've had conversations before and stuff like that. But what intrigued me is that 5-year-old you, and I remember you were talking about, was it your uncle, some of the male relatives?
Well, I was raised with my grandfather.
Yeah, let's go back to that. Bring that to the forefront so that they could hear that conversation. Yeah,
so even though I didn't recognize I was a multiplicity, right? When I say a multiplicity, our parts, they behave like an internal family in our mind, right? But my father was killed before I was born. My mom was 19 when she had me. My grandfather was in my life. I'm actually named, my full name is Tyrone Maynard, right? So I have this old time name. I always love that name though, because it's kind of strong. But I was raised partially by my grandfather, and at my grandfather's house, it was just him and I. Now, my grandfather's house, it was boring. For a 5-year-old, 6-year-old, it's boring. He didn't want me to run around. I'd be in a room. It was one time I'm in a living room watching TV, just like this. He come in the living room. Boy, you need to sit yourself down. You need to relax yourself. I'm like, I'm not even moving. How more can I relax than this? So I couldn't really be a kid at his house. So I would have to like entertain myself, right? And I would entertain myself by recognizing that I act like my relatives were here, my cousins were here with me. And they would be my imaginary friends, right? And so I always had this internal awareness. But in between my first session with Dr. Richard Swartz and my second session, I had a session with Duran over the phone, right? So we on the phone and she's like, all right, connect to your inside, because it's an internal world, right? So my eyes are closed, like connect to your inside world, and like, where would it take you? And it took me back to my grandfather's house. And when I went to my grandfather's house, I'm in my house, right? My eyes are closed. In my grandfather's house, I see that young person that 8. He was 8 in the session. I see him and he sees me and he wants to play. But when I'm in that session, I can smell the furniture in my grandfather's house. I haven't been in that house in over 30 years. But I was able to smell because I was inside, right? So I'm connecting to this 8-year-old. He just wants to play with somebody. He just wants to be with somebody. So I was able to be with him during that time. I say that to say, any of y'all who are listening, no matter what age you are, there's still a 5-year-old in there. The little girl, the little boy, still an 8-year-old in there. Now, the outside world sees you as your age. So if that 8-year-old has a pain, we don't know that. Only person who knows that is you. But you have to know how to look inside you. These tools that I share helps people look inside themselves.
So last year, Ty, we both and other professionals that we were doing the YEP, we were working with a lot of youths, and you've developed a program for working with young people, right? So expand on that, and then after you've expanded on that, then talk about the programs, or let's say, the projects that you have for the various Caribbean islands.
So, all right. So once I started doing this work, I recognized that the human race is one big family. So we all are related to each other. Okay? Every single human being is related to each other. We all live on the same planet. We all are alive at the same time. Okay? And so when I connected to that internal world, when I healed that 15-year-old part of me, I brought him to my life. I brought him to the current time. And we hung out with each other. When I start connecting to those younger parts of me and I told them who I am, they recognize, listen, I'm not 8 years old anymore. I'm an adult. Okay, what do you do for your job? Well, I'm helping people connect to themselves the way I can be able to talk to you right now. Even though I'm not 8, the whole world doesn't realize they can do that. So I'm giving it to the world. So he's like, well, what if we put it in the cartoons? What if we put it in the games? What if we put it in books? What if we put it in the music? Then we will hear the whole world, right? I'm like, yeah, I think so. Let's do that then, right? So this healing the world is coming from a very young part of me. In order for me to heal the world, I cannot do it alone. But the thing is, us adults have given up. We've got stuck in our jobs. We got stuck in our life. Whereas kids, they haven't been limited by work yet and responsibilities and kids, right? So they still have big imaginations. So for me to heal the world, I'm going to employ the kids. Unfortunately, right now, our kids' imaginations are being taken away by these devices.
Cell phones.
Boredom, yes, cell phones. When I went back to the 8-year-old, he was bored. But boredom is something special about boredom. When you're bored, you have to use your imagination to make yourself have fun. If you have a unlimited entertainment, where there's music and songs, and you have TV shows and YouTube, you never get bored. So your imagination muscles get turned off. I'm going to employ the kids to help me out, right? So when I went back to that 15-year-old part of me wanted to go back to school because he couldn't go to school because he got pushed out of my internal family. Anytime we go through some pain, we try to remain normal. Because when I was 15, I was a funny kid, the smart kid, and the cool kid. Not the sad kid with no parents. That part of me got pushed out of my internal family. We call that exile. So he got stuck in time, right? And so when I brought him back to the current time, he was like, I want to go back to school. So we went to school to create programs for kids because he was like, there's a lot of stuff that we didn't learn. We had to learn this the hard way. What if we went to school and start teaching these kids now? Like we were a time traveler, going back to help ourselves from then. So then we went to the schools and we were like, they still got them learning the same boring stuff. So we had this game idea. What if we had a game that taught the kids how to solve the problems of their current environment? Because right now the games that kids play is a single player game, and most of the times they're simulating being a killer. So in Call of Duty, you're looking through the eyes of a killer. You're shooting somebody else, headshots and kill-death ratios. When you're playing games like Grand Theft Auto, you're basically destroying things. There's no games where you are able to help, right? And you're not responsible for a group of people. So we're going to create a game that's going to help solve the problems of our world. When it came to the Caribbean islands, we were like, whoa, that's one big, we can make a game for the whole Caribbean. They all have these problems, but who's simulating the problem in a virtual world where they can solve it, right? What if you allowed the kids with their big imaginations to look at the problems that us adults created? And they solve it together, and then they help us and show us how to solve those problems because they got nothing but time on their hands, right? And so I'm currently in a process. I'm right now I'm on year 3 of the mission. So we got the game. I'm pushing that forward with a team. I got another team where we're going to be taking over certain schools in certain areas like Detroit. We looked at some of the schools in Detroit. We can get a school in Detroit for $100,000. The school has been vacant for over maybe 2 decades. These places where it's debilitated, but it's majority black people, I can come in there with some solutions. I got an industry. You know what the industry is? Healing. And you don't have to be a professional to be a healer. Because a lot of times, all we really need is somebody to give us a hug. See us, hear us, high five us, laugh with us. Not give us medicine. That's an industry doing that, right? So I'm teaching us how to become healers within our own right. And so the way that we're going to heal the world is through our culture. The Caribbean has some beautiful music, beautiful environments, beautiful weather. I'm going to build a healing campus there. And we can all come there to start to heal.
Awesome. So I know as you're developing the program, right, and you're going to be training people how to come in and do the program, learn the program, right? So could you give a number to people or an email or your website or your social media so people here and people who are viewing online that they can get in touch with you?
Yes, so I'm doing intro to, I got a team of people supporting me. A lot of people have recognized the mission I'm on, and they're dedicating their lives to support me. So I have dozens of people all around the world who is helping me with this, right? So we're going to be doing intro to IFS calls, so you can get it. And I'm also doing stuff in here locally, and I'm training people to come in people's homes with me. If you have conflicts in your house, wives and husband are beefing, you beefing with your teenage child, whatever the issue is with your people, I got a solution for that, and it's a quick solution, right? Get in touch with me. My number is 347-218-3543. You can email me at ty@tykutner.com. And I want you to reach out to me because I believe that you're my family. No matter who you are, no matter what color your skin is, you're part of my family.
You need to repeat that. You went too fast.
Okay. My number, 347-218-3543. And my email, ty@tykutner.com. So that's TYCUTNER.com.
Thank you so much. I mean, it's always a pleasure, speaking with Ty. We always bounce information back and forth. I have a meeting set up for Ty to meet with some, I'm not going to name names, but you're going to be meeting with a representative from Trinidad and Tobago, and they need some help over there. And I know that's going to happen in the next couple of days. But every opportunity that I do have to connect Ty with people with his mission, as I said, we don't have a whole lot of time to heal the world. We can't, every day lost, somebody's doing something crazy, saying something crazy to disrupt somebody's mind, and I've always, I came to a conclusion that people don't need medication, they need conversation. So the more people that Ty gets on with him to learn this program, because you explained to me that you're training people for people now to go ahead and be able to help in the healing process within their families. Is that correct?
Correct.
Okay, good. So you see, I'm a good study myself, right?
Thank you for the opportunity.
You're welcome, my
Yes.
brother. Always, always. So we are going to have coming up next, Joanne. Joanne. Okay, so yes.
We're running an ad real quick, guys.
You're running an ad? Okay, good. So I am going to do Joanne myself? Or?
Yes, you're going to.
And then she's going to do with Hal Brown?
Yes.
Okay, good. All right.
So you just. Guys, ready? You comfortable?
This is the mic.
30 seconds.
Okay. We did,
Miss D, food.
For seniors, a special discount is available for
Let's show good food.
Minister Terrence. You're here. You're present. You're an observer right now. No.
3, 2, 1, 0.
And we're back again. Thank you all. We're back again. And this is the place to be on a second Friday. Every second Friday of the month, we do what we call a networking event for entrepreneurs and professionals. Also, there's an opportunity here. We like to open up the microphone to those that do spoken word and also acoustic musicians. We had several artists do come and perform live as well. And so in our recap, we had the Mao brothers, and they were in the chutney soca competition for 2026. They were here. Okay. They were here, and we also did interview them. They were exceptional.
Okay.
We've also had Busy Bee. She's a young lady that has a cleaning company. She started her business, and she's doing exceptionally well. And we were able to connect her to an organization that is helping the black women, what is it called? Minority business certification. So we were able, we're connecting a lot of black women with the opportunities to be able to pitch for some of those big government contracts, because they're in the millions of dollars. Mm-hmm. I mean, I attended that, and it was just like, and I know you're coming up.
Yes.
This is Joanne
Rich.
Rich.
Yes.
Rich. She's not going to need any money because her last name is already Rich, right?
I'm working on it.
She's working on it.
Yes.
Yes.
We're going to make all of us rich.
Yes,
right.
yes,
She's going to help make all
absolutely.
of us rich.
No man or woman left behind.
Yeah. So so I believe in alignment.
Yes, it was.
You know, it's an alignment that we got connected.
Yes.
You know,
Yes.
and in our conversation, through your life experience,
Yes.
that you now have, God has given you a vision and a mission.
Yes, absolutely.
Absolutely, right?
Yes.
I would let you, I do not want, so many people do not like these conversations. It makes people uncomfortable.
Yes.
And the thing is that you embraced it
I
with so
did.
much courage.
Yes, I
And
did.
You shared your experience that I was comfortable in hearing what you had experienced. So
Okay.
please share.
Yes. Hi, good evening, everyone. Thank you for the opportunity. You could hear me, right?
Kate, over here.
Okay. Yes, so February, I would never forget this day. On February 28th, actually it started in January, but February 28th, I had the worst news anyone could ever get in their life. I was diagnosed with breast cancer. And we come from a family where I was always concerned because we have high blood pressure, diabetes. So that's what I was always looking for and trying to stay healthy. But on that very fateful day, I woke up one day, I felt something weird, and I went to the doctor. I was so nervous because I knew something was wrong. As women, we already know something before we even get the result. So I knew something was wrong. I was so nervous and I missed my appointment. And actually, when I went there, they turned me over because I was late. I was like, okay, this is not good. So I made an appointment. I think I had to wait 2 more weeks, and I went back. They did a biopsy. I had got my first mammogram, and I was 44 when I was diagnosed with breast cancer. And the experience that I had, it made me feel, besides, I mean, I think I could spend months crying, but the experience I had, I knew right off the back it wasn't the right experience. I was told over the phone. I remember I was getting ready to go to work. It was 8:30 in the morning on a Friday, and the lady called me, and she was like, yeah, Miss Rich, this is Miss Rich. I'm like, yes. She was like, yeah, the stuff from your biopsy, it's cancer cell. That's it, and that was it. And I had an appointment on Tuesday, so you could have let me have my weekend. That's what I was thinking first. And after I hung up the phone, and I just started crying. And I think I spent the whole weekend crying. And by Tuesday, I went in. They told me this is what it is, whatever the case might be. What is it that I want to do? And I remember waiting for my MRI. They canceled my MRI. I don't know if I should say the hospital's name, but for legal purposes, but they canceled my MRI, and the insurance called and they approved it, of course. And after they approved it, they called me back. I was like, no, I don't want to go to you guys, because at that moment, every time I went in, I felt like I was going to die. Like I had no hope. So I went and got a second opinion. And the second opinion is where I'm at the current hospital I am right now. As a matter of fact, yesterday I just had chemo. It doesn't look like it, but I just had chemo treatment. And my goal is to educate brown and black folks with the information that they need, because all of these are research that I have done myself. I had to learn the hard way, and I had to advocate for myself. The do's and don'ts, how to advocate for yourself, how to pick your right oncologist, because not every oncologist is there to save your life. How to speak up for yourself when you're in a room and you don't feel heard. How to advocate to a point where you could get the necessary financial aid you need. Because again, my goal is to it's living beyond cancer. And I tell people this, it's not the cancer that kills you, it's the side effects that kills you. How do you approach that? And it's everyday maintenance. And I understand a lot of us, especially in the Korean community, I'm Haitian, they tell you drink some tea, drink some soursop, which is all fine. But there are some cancers that require more than the holistic way. And these are choices that you and your family have to make. And I have been fortunate enough where God has put a lot of amazing people in my life, where my journey, although it has been hard, but it also has been fulfilling, because I would not have made someone as amazing as Phil or even T-Lion if, God puts people in my place. I have an amazing oncologist team. I have amazing doctors where all I have to do is call or send them an email, hey, I'm not feeling well, and they respond right away. But that wasn't always the case. I had to advocate for myself. How do you use your resources? And a lot of us don't know that. There are some women in my condition where they still working, where these jobs don't care. I hate to say, but the jobs don't care. Like, I know I went through a phase where I took a year off because I was dealing with that, and my job kept on sending me to reply. And I'm like, this is not a common cold that I have that's going to go away 3 to 5 days. Like, this is serious, where my doctors had to write the notes and stuff. So my mission is to educate women and men what to do in our community when you do facing a diagnosis. How do you go about getting the service help that you need? How do you go about speaking to your family about it? Like, I had to tell my 13-year-old daughter that, hey, mommy's sick, and when you see changes, this is what's going to happen. I joined therapy, which I think a lot of us black folks don't believe, especially the older generation. They're like, oh, you don't need therapy. But I knew I needed therapy because this load that I was carrying, I could not enforce it on all my family members. They're already having to deal with the fact that someone is sick, and none of us ever experienced that before. So I'm first in my family to ever experience that. So not only am I educating them, because before A lot of us think stage 4 cancer is a death sentence, and with all the technology and all the resources out there and medicine, it's not, it don't have to be a life sentence. Also, again, even with dealing with building financial wealth, I had to speak to someone to set up power of attorney, getting a will set up just in case something happened, because I do have a younger child. And I know I lost my father when I was 8. And we were, you know, back in the days, you were just like, okay, grandma and grandpa will take you and that's it. But now we live in a world where, you know, God forbid something happened to you. The cities, if you don't have proper documents, if you don't have proper things, they could just come and take your kids and put them in the system until a family member decides to take them. So those are all the things that I had to learn as I'm going through this journey. And it's been hard. I had went to radiation. I did 3 weeks of radiation while I was doing treatment. And those are the things that most people don't talk about, as far as like, they tell you, yeah, you get chemo, but they don't tell you living with it every day. What's beyond that? Because at the end of the day, I have a disease that nobody can see. If you look at me, I think I look fine. Even my doctor said that. He was like, you look fine. But I know my limit, and accepting it, and also finding ways to deal with it where it doesn't take away my joy. And I have a new profound, you know, aspect in life where I want to live every day and be grateful. I'm grateful for every day. And I do understand that there are days where I'm not feeling well. And I pray God every day that I'm alive. And I've opened my eyes that I need to do more. So this is why I came out as far as like giving the women the tool, because a lot of us don't have a good family support system. A lot of us are not financially stable. And some of these things, dealing with this type of beast of a disease, it requires for you to be eating properly, drinking properly, sleeping properly, resting. And some of us don't have that opportunity. Some of us just don't have that financial means, where I had to go and dig for those research. And some of us, you know, they just look at they go to YouTube or they go on Instagram and they're like, you know, everybody's spilling out something, but it's not a one-size-fits-all. Cancer is not a one-size-fits-all. And I could tell you right now, majority of the women that are getting stage 4 cancer are the younger women. It's no longer your grandmother, your great-grandmother. It's the younger women. I have sat in rooms with 21-year-olds. Their life is just starting, and we have the same thing. But I also have to say is that black women and brown and Hispanic women are the highest number of stage 4 breast cancer.
So you're saying that, I remember in our conversation you were talking about, based on your experience, that you felt slighted as a black woman.
Yeah.
And your observation is that in these treatment centers, you're treated, you and other women of color are treated like a second-class citizen.
Yes.
Why is it that way? Is it just your perception, or how much validation do you think that you're seeing out there for you to say there is some type of racism towards black women and women of color in the treatment of people who are dealing with cancer?
Well, I could say that I know I met this wonderful young woman. She had to travel from Chicago all the way to come here to get treatment because her oncologist just would not listen to her, and her cancer was getting worse and worse. I've met women that travel from Switzerland to come here to get treatment where I'm being treated at. I'm in the city, Lower Manhattan, without giving the hospital name. One of the things that also is for us women of color, brown and black folks, I like to say, we don't educate ourselves enough, so when we go into rooms, we let them dictate what they tell us versus us coming fully prepared. I don't go into my doctor's office and spend 10 minutes in there. I'm not spending more time sitting waiting for you to call me than I get in there, you do 1, 2, and then you send me back out. That's not it. I have questions that sometimes I write them down. When I first started, I was an emotional wreck. I've always went with someone that when I was being incoherent about something because I was so deep into my emotion, and that's another thing that I had to work on, keeping my emotion in check so that way I could receive the information that I was being given so I could make the best decision based on what I feel like I needed. And also going in there prepared. Like when I spoke to my doctor, because I was on several different treatments, and one of the things I asked him flat out was like, I'm like, this is a partnership. You're here to save me, and I'm here to do the best thing. So we need to be locked in, and this is what I need from you. And when he told me what infusion or chemo treatment I would be on, my other question was for him was, based on numbers and research that has been, how many women of color or Spanish women, what is the percentage of success that you had? Because you're not just going to give me a treatment just to give it to me, knowing that, this thing is destroying my body to begin with. And if I'm going to go to the pain and suffering, I want to know that there's a high chance that it will work. And he was able to give me some numbers where I felt comfortable with. And I was like, okay, let's do this. Just like when, and every 3 months I have my treatment 2 weeks on, 2 weeks off. Every 3 months I have a PET scan. I request to have mammograms every year now because, again, this is something that was not given to me. Maybe they would have caught it sooner, but again, a lot of time you go in, I'm not thinking. I even had a genetic test done just to make sure that my kids are safe because I do have a young daughter and I have 2 older sons. It's not genetic. It does not run in the family. So then we also have to think about what we eat, what we consume, what we think. Certain things we can't control. And that whole stigma is like, oh, you lived a bad lifestyle. I never drank in my entire life. I never smoked. And I met women that were drinking a lot of green juice, don't eat no meat. We all sitting there in that hospital with the same stage because we know we need someone to talk to. I've gone to support groups. I've joined face groups just to get support from other people like me that's going through the same thing. But I think that the most important thing is we need to educate ourselves. And whether you have cancer or not, any doctor's appointment you're going through, and they tell you you have something, you need to research it and go in there prepared to ask a question. Because again, these big corporations, it's easy for them to keep feeding you medication. I remember just being on my treatment, my sugar level was going up. I remember one time my sugar level was at 416, and I was hospitalized. And the first thing they recommended was to put me on insulin. And I told the doctor, give me 2 weeks, give me 2 to 3 weeks, and I'll change that. And I went home, and I completely changed my diet. I cut out salt, I cut out sugar, I cut out processed food, I cut out a lot of things. And now my gluten is at an 80, which is where it's supposed to be. So a lot of things we could still do, and I still drink my tea, I still drink, stuff, but I had to change. It's a lifestyle change while you're dealing with that. So that's another thing that people need to be aware of. Like, yes, sometimes you do need the medication, but sometimes there are things you could do to help keep certain things in check.
So out of this, 2 things. So you said to me that you developing a program for Black and brown women.
Yes.
Correct?
Yes.
And then we were having another conversation, and you said to me that a lot of things changed when you connected to your spirituality.
Yes.
Tell me about that, because that is a key thing that people, because we're wrapping up, that people that are dealing with this shock, just the information that I have been diagnosed with a limited time here, right? And how do you brace yourself for that.
Yeah. Listen, it was not easy. Just like Ty was talking about, I went and got therapy. I had to switch my mindset. The first year, like I said, I went from feel like I had no reason to live, but then I look at my child, I was like, I need to live. And I looked at my family. I have an amazing family support system. And I am so grateful for that. God has aligned me with amazing doctors. Phil, the people that I have come across have been, God sent. I call them my angels on earth because I have been lucky enough to be placed with a whole bunch of different people that has looked out for me or given me information or helped me to that path. And my faith has taken me a long way along there because I accepted what I was going through. And I decided that I would not let it define who I am. Instead, I'm going to embrace every day as I can. I had an incident where I was hospitalized for a month. It's still kind of hard, and sometimes I think about it, I'm like, people don't know the miracle of what this man above could do until you actually see it.
Amen.
And I have seen it firsthand. When I went to do my biopsy, my heart stopped for 3 minutes. Oxygen didn't go for my brain for 3 minutes. I went into cardiac arrest. I had a stroke and a seizure. I was in a coma for 3 days. And I spent a month in the hospital. I had to do physical therapy to learn how to walk, speak, swallow. I had 2 tubes down my throat. I had to be suctioned. When I came out the hospital, I think I spent another month home. And that's when they said that the cancer spread from my breast to my lungs to my lymph nodes. So that's why they put me at stage 4. So I say all of this because the other hospital I was at, if they had taken the proper care, maybe I wouldn't have reached stage 4. The timeline, when you have an aggressive cancer, this is, again, holistic doesn't always work for everybody. You have to make the choice. Any choice that you make, that's your decision that you have to live with. I made the choice to go the route because I have a very aggressive cancer. At one point, when I decided to do radiation, the cancer itself was protruding out my left breast. So at any time, it would have, once it comes out the skin, there's pretty much you're just waiting for to meet your maker. So I had to make the decision to get radiation while again, everybody's situation is different. And one thing I did is I pray God every day. Every morning before I step foot off this bed, as soon as I open my eyes, I thank God for giving me another day. And any problem that I had, I put it in front of him. And as I'm proud to say that right now, my cancer is under control and I'm able to have an active life. And that's why I was like, I need to help people that I know that needs this help. I need to educate women and men, especially women of color. When you go into these doctors' office, right to ask questions. Don't just take whatever they tell you. Push back a little bit. And, my doctor knows that I question everything. I want to see report. I want to see this. I've even taken it as far as, because, they're always taking blood from you. I go into my chart, I look at my blood work, and I go down the list of every single item. And if I see I need improvement, if I'm deficient in iron, I'll eat food that give me iron. If my vitamin C is low, I'll get that. These are things that we all should be doing, whether or not you have a huge diagnosis like I do, but just overall health when you go into these systems. See how they treat other people. Demand your time. And also use your resources. If you have a doctor and you're not happy with them, there's a patient you could call. Use the social workers they have there. And speak to whoever you need to speak to. If you have financial difficulty, if you can't pay your bill, there are people set up for that. Just like even with, if you have a bill you can't pay for it. A lot of the hospitals, these are information they won't
Sorry,
volunteer.
guys. Sorry. We have to really wrap this up right now, guys.
Yes, I have all.
So,
yeah.
real quick, right? What I want to say real quick before you guys go. I really want to invite you back here right? You have a lot of story, you have a lot to share. And what I would like for you is to come and have a sit-in,
Okay.
right? I really want you to be part of this
Okay.
here, right? Your story is real life.
Yeah.
We all have people who is affected. I lost one of my best friends from cancer,
sorry
and
to
your
hear that.
story is real. So I would like to have you be a part of us as
Okay.
much as you can, right? Even if it's just to come and deliver a 10 minutes. So I want you prepared, because right now we on time,
Okay,
and we
no
can't
problem.
keep, right, it's 10
problem,
o'clock
yeah.
already right now. We got to keep moving right now.
Yes,
Yeah, timing is of the essence.
What you're sharing is really going to help people.
yes.
So is there a number you want to give?
Yes, my number is 347-683-4729. Again, it's 347-683-4729. I have all the resources as far as like people that I personally spoke to, places that I've actually used, and I reach out to them.
Awesome. All right. Well, listen, folks, she's been given a lot of time, and there was.
Thank you so
we
much.
just had to really allow her to share, because what she's sharing here is going to help a lot of people out there right now. And of course, in our next episode,
Yeah.
she's going to be back. She's going to be back with her with numbers. I guess she's probably going to have a booklet.
Yeah, we're gonna coordinate something for you. We
Yeah.
definitely want you here on a
This is
slot.
something that is going on. This is a pandemic in itself.
Yes, it
this,
is.
This monster called cancer. And,
Yes.
this is what we do here at Second Fridays.
Yes.
We really challenge a lot of what's going on that in our society that's wrong, as best as we could. So I'm really, really happy.
Thank
that
you. Thank you
came
for having
to
me. I
share
appreciate it.
with the audience. I know that when we put this up, your segment is going to be one that people are going to really, they're going to lock it in just to really go away with some powerful, with the inspiration part too.
Yes, yes, thank
Amen.
you. Thank you so much.
You're welcome.
Mic off, Phil.
This mic is off.
Yeah, your mic.
My mic is
Yeah,
off.
man, Roxy, switch it with you.
Oh,
We're
Roxy.
we got a brief recap.
Oh,
You guys
okay,
exchange
Roxy,
quick,
come
then
on.
we got 2 more interviews, so we can get,
All right. I'm next.
Yeah.
Al is next.
Who's next?
Need a mic, Phil. Just put
Who's
up your
next?
mic.
Al or?
Roxy.
Oh, let's do Al. He's Then we have to see how short Roxanne is to get up on these stairs, Check, check.
Yeah. Hold on, let you know. Just make sure you guys comfy.
Hello?
You guys good? Yeah.
When I tell you something, Cato and I, am I lying? Will be praying to have someone like him be interviewed today, right? Very, very, very.
So, you got this.
Welcome back, guys. It's your girl Roxy here. We're at the Nutmeg Clubhouse at hosting Second Fridays, 1215 Flatbush Avenue. We're thanking Ms. D and family here that keep us grounded here every second Friday of the month as we showcase our business, as we have a platform for people to come and showcase their business, to be seen, to grow. I have a second guest here tonight with me, and this is Mr. Al Brown. Mr. Al Brown is rooted in this community as Mr. Phil Bean, my co-host as well.
Okay.
Thank you for coming and joining us here tonight.
My pleasure.
So my call, let me just make sure it's on. It's on?
Okay.
Okay, yeah. Mr. Al Brown, he is a mortgage banker. He's coming with a lot of information for us tonight, and we're going to try and keep it really short so that you can get the main inspiration, so that you can give him a call and get educated. So with that being said, We spoke earlier on, and I know you're a gentleman that is involved in real estate, education,
Correct.
credit restoration,
Correct.
multifamily investment, as Phil was saying earlier on, and you were able to assist in Catog, our producer, to purchase his home.
Correct.
And a lot of people, as a homeowner as well, there's so much to learn when you're purchasing a home to make the right decision for the right fit.
Right.
Because it's not just buying a home. Anybody, you know what I mean?
course.
It's different needs. So I want you to tell me a little bit about what you do, and we'll take it from there.
Okay. Good evening. As she mentioned, my name is Al Brown. I am a mortgage banker. I am a mortgage direct lender. I work for a company called Guaranteed Rate. Guaranteed Rate is a nationwide mortgage lender, lend loans in all 50 states. Been around nearly 30 years.
Okay.
And for myself, I've been doing and assisting individuals with obtaining financing and mortgages and real estate for about 20 to 30 years myself. So what I do is I get people the money they need to purchase real estate. Regardless of what type of real estate, it could be your home, your second home, your investment property, a vacation home, whatever it is, real estate, I help you with the financing.
Commercial and
Commercial, residential,
residential as well.
Industrial, yes.
No limitation,
No-
development, all of
No
this.
limitation.
No, that's big right there, because that shows that people have options
Right.
with one person. It's not just, okay, let me just show you a home.
Right.
You're actually grooming them to be a homeowner or a owner of a property, period.
Correct, correct.
Okay, okay. What advice would you give a young person right now? I'm asking that specific question because there are so many young individuals that I'm around that I can see that they have great jobs. They're now learning how to build credit, or no one taught them how to
Well, that's a good question.
handle credit. So what would
well,
be your best advice?
Unfortunately, we have never been taught about finances in school.
That's right. That's right.
There's no classes that we can look to and say, look, in the 7th grade, the 8th grade, the 9th grade, the 12th grade, I learned about finance, I learned about real estate, I learned about credit. We learned about that the hard way.
Yes.
Right? Trial and error.
Yes,
All right?
yes.
Parents' mistakes, our own mistakes.
Yes.
And you have to recover every time you make mistakes, and that's how we learn. Unfortunately, there's not a system in place that will educate students early in their life cycle. Ty talked about going to schools. Phil and I have approached schools and did career nights just for the purpose of trying to get into these schools earlier to try to educate these students. And so we can do but so much.
Right.
It's now a responsibility of the parents to learn and understand finance, like the young lady talked about before, and pass that information on to their kids, all right? Myself, I have children, and I have assisted them to help build their credit.
Yes.
I have sat them down and said, look, you want to build your credit scores? This is what you have to do, all right? I have assisted putting them on my account to help build their credit.
Yes, by default.
By
Yeah.
default, all right? But this is stuff you have to do for your kids.
Yes.
Because they're still young. They don't know,
They
right?
don't know.
And they're still immature, and they're still learning. And a lot of them at that age is not thinking about buying a house and not thinking about investing. There are a few, but most are not, until that one day it wakes up and you say, okay, you know what? I want to buy a house. I remember I had went to school. I graduated. I got a good job. And real estate was never on my mind, all right? And my mother and I were walking down the block one day, and she pointed to this house and she said, Al, you should look into that house right there. I heard it was for sale at a good price. And real estate was never on my mind. It was never a thought.
Right.
And just by her saying that, it triggered something. And I said, oh, I wasn't thinking about buying a house, but, maybe I should look into this. And I looked into this house because she told me to, right?
Right.
And it began my journey. It's why I'm here today in real
like
estate,
that.
because
Wow.
my background was engineering, technologies, computers. And when I started that journey, I realized that this was my passion. And somehow, somewhere, at some point, I had to make the switch, the pivot, to get into what I wanted to do, right? This is my calling, right? And so that's how I got here, right? But it started my mother just planting that seed, and she inspired me.
She inspired
right?
you.
And we have to educate our kids, and we have to inspire our kids, because you don't know what you say to them that may turn that switch, right?
I agree. As a parent as well, I definitely agree on that. Do you guys, do you do like webinars and stuff so that people can come in and take a class to learn more about the right structure in purchasing a property and investment, especially younger people, because you know that these are the future,
Right.
you know? I have twin boys right now, and I'm grooming them to be better than I was, you know? And I'm still learning, you know, as I'm doing interviews with multiple people, I learn a bit of something from everyone.
Right.
So webinars, podcasts, anything of
Yeah,
sort,
well,
that you have a platform you provide?
Phil and I had a weekly first-time home buyer webinar
Really?
that we used to do once, and we're starting again on the 22nd, like you said.
Of
And-
this month?
Of this month.
July 22nd,
Yeah,
okay.
we may not be doing every month, maybe every week, that is. We may
Okay,
do it every
just
other
starting
month.
on that day.
But we're starting the webinars again, first-time home buyer seminars. It was very successful. We used to have anywhere from 30 to 50 people attending. So we are going to start that. We used to have meetings and presentations in the public library once a month.
Okay.
And we're going to start that again, right, Phil, at some point? Yeah, so those are two avenues, those two seminars, events that we had in the past that we are planning to bring back.
Wonderful. We definitely would like to promote that out so that people can have an opportunity to get the right information. There's something you mentioned to me about pooling resources.
Okay.
All right?
All right.
Family pooling resources.
Right.
Elaborate on that for me a little bit.
If you take a moment and you just look around, things are not getting any easier. Prices are not getting any lower.
Right.
I'm not talking about just everyday goods. I'm talking about housing. Housing is going out the roof. It's just getting crazy. In the business, I see the prices, and I ask myself how people are going to continue to do this.
Right.
But what I've learned is, as long as it's individuals, people are going to want to own real estate. They're going to want to control their destiny, because
Yes.
that's what real estate is all about. It's about controlling
Your own.
your own,
Your
having
own.
your own. And the other speakers spoke about financial wealth,
Yes.
and real estate is probably the biggest avenue or tool that's been used through the decades, especially minorities and black people, to create financial wealth is through real estate. And that's something we have passed on to our kids, because it's something we have to live somewhere, right?
Yes,
And
yes,
so we
indeed.
we have to pay. We might as well pay ourselves and own something, right? And so what I'm noticing, to answer your question, is that one of the things the black community, people of color, have not done through history is we have never been united. We are never gotten together and say, let's go and
Do this together. Right.
Let's go as a group and buy this.
Right.
And that comes from our history, unfortunately. It's an ugly one, but it's reality, right? So we have been divided. If we don't come together, if you look at other cultures, they come together.
100%.
Right? I went to met with a Jewish banker about a month ago in Brooklyn. And I was in the bank talking to the banker, and he said to me, because I was talking about a special product I have, he said, Al, I want to work with you, but a lot of these people that come in here, right, they don't come in here for mortgages, right? Because when they're ready to buy, the community gets together, and pull their resources to give them the money to buy.
I definitely
And
can
that was powerful.
understand where that is coming from. As an analogy, in the community that I live in, it's a very mixed community. And Caribbean people, Latino people, and what I see is something similar to what you're describing. You correct me if I'm wrong, but let's say one person is here first, and then their descendants, whether family, cousins, father, whatever, right? Friends, close friends, relative, they bring them in. They may have a one bedroom, they may have a two bedroom, they may even have a house. but somebody comes in.
Right.
And that person gets a job, may get a 2-day work here, there, and they help them build. And I've seen it happen hands-on where there's like 5 families in one home, and then all of a sudden, oh, they don't live there anymore. No, they bought their home.
They got
So is that something similar when the people, everybody comes and they help each other out?
Yes, that's what you talk about community, because even in the Muslim community,
Mm-hmm.
I see a lot of Muslims, and I work with a lot of Muslims, and they buy in packs. I mean, they'll come with a group of 10 or a group of 5, and they'll buy a property, right? And to give you an example, I have a family from Pakistan, and I have to call them my family because they adopted me.
Of course, right.
Right? But it's a mother and father, right, and 3 girls, right? And they came in and they said, our goal is to own 4 properties, 4 two-families, 1 for each child, for each girl, and 1 for the mommy and daddy. That's their goal from day one.
Right.
So what are we going to do? How are we going to get there from A to Z? So we sat down, we talked about it, how we were going to purchase the first property, how we were going to purchase the second. And right now, they purchased 2 two-family houses, and we're working on a 3rd.
Wow.
But we had to have a plan.
You have to have a plan.
And you have to have a strategy, because the first house was purchased with all 5 of them, and now that we purchased that house, we have to go to the next property, so we have to remove somebody.
Right.
So now the other 4 has to have the resources, the ability,
To get-
the credit, the cash,
Yes.
the income, and all that stuff that's required to purchase the next. And so as we go further down, it gets harder and harder. So now we have to replace a person. You got to replace a person
Yes.
as it gets further down. So what we started a business. The mother had a catering business. And so what the mother did is start documenting her catering income, and so that she can show income. So when one of the daughters comes off, because we can no longer lose them, we're going to take that business to replace that daughter, right? So the point I'm
the
trying to make
strategy
it,
right
this
there.
is the family strategy goal, but this is the strategy to get us from owning 1 property, no property, to owning 4, right? So they own 2. We're starting the process for the 3rd. It's supposed to be a 5-year plan. We're on 4 years right now. It
Wow.
probably is going to take us more like 6, 7,
Right.
but it doesn't matter.
Right.
As long as we get there.
You're gonna
right?
get there. You started, yeah.
But that's a family coming together and strategizing and planning. And, you know, among the black community, what I'm noticing now is we are forced to come together. It's not that we want to come together.
Even if you don't want to, you have the intentions, you have no choice. Work together.
We really, for coming together now, because we're realizing if we don't come together and work with each other and support each other, we're going to be left behind.
Agreed.
And I see the black families coming together. Phil, the sisters that we are helping, they're coming together. They're pooling their resources. And when I say black, I can't say black as a whole, because there's certain black communities that's already together.
Yeah.
I got to give a shout out to the Haitian community, because they have always been together.
Always.
Right? I have to give a shout out, right?
Yeah.
And so,
That's real talk, though.
and that's real. They've always been like this. So it's not black. It's more of a cultural thing.
It's a culture.
Right? But it just happened to hit the black community worse.
Yeah.
Right?
Yeah.
But in reality, we have to find a way to come together. And it doesn't have to be a blood family member.
No, it doesn't.
Right?
It doesn't.
It doesn't. It could be friends. For example, everybody hear about susus, right?
I run my own susu.
Hey, Susu bought more houses than anything I know.
I'm a banker. I'm everybody's money handler right
So,
there.
I
But
get- look,
it bought houses, down payments for businesses,
There you go.
down payment for a boat, down payment for a college, everything. I run a susu. I live off a susu. I move money around.
And it's not
We
just
have-
our community. The Muslim
everybody.
community, they have their own susus
Yes,
and their
they
own
do.
plans, and they use it they call it something
To
different.
help each other.
To help each other get the money in place. And when I'm doing something for the Muslim community, it's amazing how they get the money. I mean,
They find a way.
they find a way, and the money's coming from here, and the
That's
money's coming
working
from here, and the
together.
money's coming from here, but they find a way to fund that deal.
Yes,
And
to
it's-
make it
it's
happen.
amazing. And that's what you have to do.
So basically, have your goal, have your vision. A gentleman like you come in place, you and Phil, all right? A family, individual, this is what I would like to do. You can help them strategize, because I think that is where a lot of people lose the focus, lose the momentum of, because they get scared.
Right.
They don't know. Before I purchased my home, my husband said, he said, you know, you better with the books and everything. You talk to James, you know, you talk to that person. He will teach you this. I said, okay. And I literally sat there and he said, Roxanne, I'm going to teach you everything you need to know for 6 months in about 6 hours. Can you do that?
There you go.
And he did that
Right.
because I told him. He said, what do you want? I said, I want to know everything before I sign my name on anything.
Right.
That's what I said. And what you did, what you're providing, a lot of people at that time weren't doing that.
Right.
And I think that has instilled a lot of fear because people are scared to ask for help,
Yes, that is true.
you know? And this is why what we're doing here on Second Fridays, look at it like pooling. We're providing a platform for people to come out with their business and showcase what they do. There is so much of us can benefit from each other here, you
Absolutely.
know? Communication is key.
Number one.
Knowledge is important to share, and I appreciate that because, like I said earlier on, there is something everybody can receive from someone here tonight,
Right.
you know? And you don't get back time.
Right.
I do appreciate that time, definitely. My producer, I thank you for, and Phil for bringing Mr. Al Brown. Finally, I heard a lot about Mr. Al Brown in conversations. So they now showed him in person to me.
My wife is over there saying, hold up, is that the same Al Brown I know?
She bent her head down like, wait a minute.
She like,
She can't be talking about my house. That's same man, bro.
So I just want to add real quick with you guys, my quick story. I definitely used to attend the Brooklyn Library here on Linden.
Right.
So I used to be one of the people, guys, way before I bought a property. I attended all the first time home buying sessions. I attended numerous. And one thing that I learned, and I just wanted to say real quick as Mr. Albron was here, was about streamline refinancing. And that was an angle for me that was able to help me a lot with interest, you know. So attending first time home buying classes, you get to learn some gems that before you go and stuck yourself in a 30-year mortgage, you got to know how to maneuver, because a lot of times people feel that you can't maneuver when you don't sign, you know. So I just wanted to add to that, and thank you guys very much. And it's a pleasure to actually, we did it, Phil. We did it, you know that, right? No, this is what we're talking about, Roxanne, right? So I started off videotaping Phil and Mr. Al Brown session, right, guys? I started off taping their 2 session with one day knowing that I'm going to create an event like this. And today is my celebration to see Mr. Al Brown finally here, and we on the other side giving information to our community and passing the information. So I thank you for being a guest here, and you're always welcome back, my brother.
My pleasure.
Yeah, thank you, guys.
So, Mr. Brown, I don't know what to call the man. I don't even know him, I don't even know him. So, can you share with everyone your phone number, so if people would like to communicate with you, because I know they have Phil's number already, share with them your phone number and how they can contact you for information and maybe a possible sit down and stuff.
Okay, my phone number is 646 523 1927. That's 646 523 1927. You can call me, you can text me. If I don't answer, just call me and text me, right? Sometimes I'm very busy, but I always try to call back. Phil would tell you that. But once again, it's 646 523 1927.
Thank you so much.
My pleasure.
Thank you, thank you. Well, guys, as you hear, you're getting educated in all aspects tonight. So I have my final guest for tonight, quite interesting as well. Everyone here came tonight with a lot of amazing information. These ladies.
And not only like final guests, remember guys, we're doing a recap,
Yes,
right?
we are doing
So
a recap
in
tonight.
doing a recap, we actually have
Nice to meet you.
the young ladies who were here earlier with their patches,
That's
right?
right.
So now we get to have an actual live recap on episode 1.
And guess what? I'm excited because I missed their first, oh, this mic is for you. You want to grab that mic? I missed second Friday. I was not here. And you ladies were here. Welcome, first of all, welcome, welcome. This is, I don't want to pronounce the name wrong, Rashia.
Yes, and Karen.
And Karen, very easy. Horrible with names, but I mean well. So welcome, Rashia and Karen, to Second Fridays.
Thanks for having us.
I am Roxy. I know we met before, but officially I'm Roxy. I am one of the hosts here. Again, for everybody who's live, we are at the Nutmeg Clubhouse at 1215 Flatbush Avenue. And tonight I actually ate some delicious, I finally ordered some food tonight. Because every time I come here, I'm rushing and just can't eat. But I was hungry, and these ladies witnessed me hungry tonight. And I was like, let's eat. Yeah, so again, Nutmeg Clubhouse, the food is amazing. Event space, we had a great time in the back, sitting down. Oil Long on Saturdays right here at 1215 Flatbush Avenue. So I felt like I was home with you guys in the back there, by the way, okay? So I was very impressed. Kato, I was very impressed. And I'm excited to have these ladies here at my side. I drilled them a little bit. You know, Roxy has to just ask all the questions she needs to ask. And they blew my mind. So, with that being said, the Reds, you understand? The Reds in the building tonight. So, I'm going to start off with Rashia. Snatched and enhanced by Shia and Us. This is these ladies here that's behind that name. And tell us about that name first, and then we go from there.
Okay, so I'm a licensed physician. I graduated.
Yes, please, yes.
I'm a licensed esthetician, and I graduated from Aveda Institute. I'm 4 years now going on in the field, and I do a variety of services from facials, body contour, teeth whitening, lymphatic massages, wood therapy, vacuum therapy, radio frequency. So I do quite a bit.
Nice. So you are here for one of the main things under your umbrella business. I'm going to call it that, if that okay?
Yes.
Because this young lady told me about all these different businesses, right? Patches. This is something that was showcased on our recap.
Yes.
Okay, on the first, second Fridays, and I missed it. So these patches, I honest to God had a whole I did not expect what she showed me here tonight, guys. And she blew my mind because she educated me on the purpose of it, the reason behind it, everything, and the benefits of it. So, patches.
Yes.
People hear patches and they're thinking, like me, dummy for patches, a cigarette patch, whatever, that type of patch. But these patches are different purpose.
Yes, they are. So the patches, they work without medication and or ingredients in it. So this is why we do what we do. We're outside showing people that things can actually work without medication or ingredients. So you may be asking, how does the patch work then, right? So how it's working is each patch has a different pattern on it. And once the pattern touches your skin, what it does is it sends a signal to your nerves that then communicate with your brain to have your brain perform at its best depending on which patch it is you're wearing.
Now, Karen had some knowledge towards, she shared some knowledge because she went through a situation and she told me this, that, the other, helped me. Please share with them.
Absolutely. Thank you, Miss Roxy.
Yes.
So I had a terrible injury
The samples.
and I had to have some procedures done. And as we know, when you do have surgery, you are given opioid medications. Opioid medications can have detrimental effects long term. It can become addictive and it just puts you to sleep and there's no quality of life and you are still not being healed. On the other hand, after I had a procedure done, my sister Rashia here, she informed me about these patches. And I'm like, patches? But then I wanted another alternative other than taking medication and sleeping all day. So she had recommended to me the Freedom Patch, which is for pain, and the Liberty patch, which is for, it helps with inflammation, range of motion, it increases your balance, your strength, your energy levels, and it helps with neuropathy. So with these two patches combined on a 2-month basis, consistent basis, I felt relieved from the pain that I was having, and I didn't need medication. So it depends on the level of severity of my pain. If it was like 5 or above, I would need to add like a peace patch along with the Liberty and the Freedom patch to give me that calm effect, and I would not need medication. And like I said, it took me about 2 months on a consistent basis. Now I no longer use these patches frequently. Right now I'm using something called the Victory patch, which gives you a whole lot of energy for people that work out, or you have an active lifestyle and you want to stay on the go and you want to reduce neuropathy and you also want to increase your range of motion and you want the energy that you get from maybe coffee. Victory is the way to go.
So, I know that was just some information put out there, but in a little more detail in how I feel like I'm part of it already, first of all, because I sat there and they educated me. For instance, correct me if I'm wrong, ladies, all right?
Okay.
So each pack, in case you're wondering, it contains 30-day supply,
Yes.
right?
Correct.
And it depends on your need for it, correct?
Yes.
Okay.
Correct.
Now, just for disclaimer, we're not telling anybody here to stop taking any medication or anything of sort.
Or making any medical claims.
Correct, there we go. However, you know, I'm going to use myself as an example because I can attest for me, right? Private part of my life. So I have a lot of joint issues.
Okay.
All right? And there are times that I have to take steroids in order to walk. And right now I'm under that for my left feet, you know. I have a lot of different issues as I share with you ladies. So what they have explained to me, and it really piqued my interest. Sometimes I have to take like a little Motrin here and there. I don't take anything high because I'm allergic to codeine and stuff, right? So I saw it like this, and they told me I'm right. Instead of me having to go and take that Motrin every day because I have other underlying issues that I should not be taking medication for, but I have no other choice because I need to function, like you said. I'm in high pace. I'm always on the go. I'm on my feet cooking. I'm on the phone. I'm always working constantly, and it's to the point now, physically, I feel the deterioration, you know, as I'm going through all of that, but the pain. So if I'm able to take this and don't have to take that Motrin every day, and this is not going to, there's nothing, there's no medicine in it to counteract with anything in your body. It's all for your brain. Your brain literally operates in your function.
Yes.
Am I right so far?
Yes.
So you see, I learned.
Yes. So
All right,
I'm
ladies.
just going to jump in a little bit. So as we mentioned, no medication, no ingredients in the patch. So the question is, so then how does the patch work, right? So each patch, it has a different pattern. Once that pattern touches your skin, what happens there is, like I said, it sends a signal to your nerves to communicate with your brain, depending on which patch it is. Is child safe? Is pregnancy safe? A baby up to a 90-year-old can use the patches. Okay?
Right.
Yes. I wanted to make
Now,
that
they
clear.
wanted to challenge me tonight. You still ladies want to challenge me?
Yes, we're going to do a free
They want to do a
demonstration.
demonstration, and I'm going to be the guinea pig tonight. And I'm confident because I question, and I'm okay for this. So let's do this. I don't know,
Okay.
just lead me.
Okay.
I really want to see what's
So let
going
me
on
stand
here.
up.
What do you recommend for me here?
So,
Do I need to get up?
Yes.
Okay. Short people syndrome here.
So Rashia is going to be using the basic patch, which is a Liberty patch, in order to do what's called a stability test.
So we're going to test her strength, and then put the patch on and do the same strength test, and you'll see the difference, okay? So...
Do I need to take off my shoes or?
No, you don't have to.
Okay.
So you can face me this way. You're going to put your hand like this, put it against your chest, you're going to lock down like that, put all your weight down. I'm going to try to pull you forward, I want you to resist, okay? I'm not going to let you fall. Once I see you, okay, you can't fall. Okay. Turn this way. lock your arm with the fist. And lock your elbow, lock your shoulder. I'm going to try to get you off your feet. Don't allow me to bend this arm. Put all your weight down. I want you to resist, okay? Okay, we can, right? Now give me your strongest hand.
Okay.
And lock it like this. Lock it tight. Don't let me open it. Okay? You're strong, but I can open it.
Okay.
Right? Once I put the patch on, I'm not able to. So we have a saying, it works faster than Wi-Fi and better than medication. Again, we're never telling anybody to stop taking medication. You can use the patches while taking medication because nothing is in the patch. So I'm going to put this on the inside of the eye.
Okay.
All right. So just shake your hand for me.
See everyone? This is the patch.
All right. So shake your hand for me. And that fast. You're going to go back like this.
Okay. Should we do where they can see us right here? Okay.
Go like this. Against your chest. Lock down. I'm going to try to pull you forward. I want you to resist.
Stop. Shut the front door. Did y'all see this?
So,
Do it again.
Okay.
No way. Okay.
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 Put your hand at the side. Lock. Lock your arm. Lock your hand. Don't let me get your where you go. Give me your strongest hand. Lock it tight. Lock it tight.
You okay? We need a patch for her? Did y'all see
Show you
this?
how fast it works.
I can't even open it myself. Wow.
Yes.
So you guys saw for yourself that I rocked, I pivoted forward. I'm very unbalanced. I know that naturally. So how was I able to stand there
Locked in.
locked in?
Because it increased your balance, your stability.
And I don't
and
feel
strength.
anything from it.
So that's important. That's how important our skin is. When we touch something, a message is sent to say, hey, this is hot, pull back. Or this is a pen in your hand. That's what it's doing, communicating with your nerves through your skin.
Wow. Guys, first hand you all saw this here live. Second Fridays, you never know what information you're going to receive that can benefit you with your health and everything about your life. I'm amazed by this. So you mentioned kids can use it, elderly can use it, so it's safe for people to put on their body. What about people who may be concerned about skin irritation or anything like that?
So in that sense, if it doesn't give skin irritation, because again, nothing's in the patch. That's the only patch is the medical glue that has the patch sticking to your skin. So in that sense, sometimes I've had clients where they work more than the recommended hours to wear it, which is
Okay.
more than 24 hours or 48 hours rather.
So every 24 hours you
You're
switch
supposed
it
to
up.
change the patch.
So let's say if I feel like, because I think you mentioned that after 2 months consistently, you didn't have the need to wear it every day.
Right,
Correct.
that's correct, because I wasn't feeling the severity of the pain. You know, after you have surgery, you're feeling
Yes,
intense
yes,
pain.
yes.
So I wasn't feeling that anymore. So I didn't have a need to wear those two patches.
Wow.
So only like if I have a need, one of those days, you know, you wake up on a snowy day,
Yes,
or you know
yes,
when
you
the
have your
rain is
days,
going to
yeah.
fall or whatever, that's when I would use those patches. But I don't need them consistently anymore.
So just to go through some of the patches that we do have here, this one increases your energy.
Right.
This one builds your immunity. It helps with allergies, and it also helps with creating blood flow. This one helps with depression. This one helps you to burn up to 500 calories while you sleep. This one is increasing your strength, your stability, and your balance. This one is for cognitive memory. This one is helping you with any type of motion sickness. So if you're a person that flies or drives in a car and you have motion sickness, then this is the patch you will need. This one is helping you to get better sleep at night. If you deal with insomnia, this is the patch that you will need. This one is helping you with your skin. This one is helping with neuropathy. as well as helping you to complete your workout task. This one is taking away any type of pain. I'm talking from sciatica, knee pain, back pain, headaches, toothaches, cramps. And this one I saved for last is called the bedroom patch, okay?
Yeah, she says it, the bedroom patch. The bedroom patch for women and men. Bedroom patch.
No.
I was not aware. Weren't you aware?
That's the rocket. They call it the rocket patch.
Wow, you guys have touched on almost everything because I'm looking at the chart that you gave me here, and there is something for everything here. Allergies, that's something that I looked at because I'm high in allergies as well, you know. Energy, everybody needs energy. Everybody.
Without the coffee.
Without the coffee.
the crash.
Yes,
right?
the crash and burn, yes. And the Red Bulls and all these energy drinks that people depend on.
Absolutely.
And then they crash, you know. This was definitely very informational for us here. So do you have a link? How can people purchase the patch?
Okay, so
And explain to them about the packages that you mentioned to me?
okay,
Yeah.
sure. So you can reach out to me through my cell phone number. My business cell is 718-813-9207. I'm going to repeat that. That is 718-813-9207. And there's a variety of ways that you can purchase your packs on the website. So you can go from purchasing one pack, which is about $70-something plus tax, shipping and delivery. And that's on the customer side of things. But if you came in on the business part of things, you can actually get it for $50-something plus tax, shipping and delivery.
And it's a 30-day supply of each pack.
Each pack comes in with a 30-day supply, yes.
Okay. Okay. Any other information? Oh, there's you mentioned to me the technology behind it. It's called VTT.
So how it's working, we mentioned that. How it's working is when we say is send a signal to your nerves that communicates with your brain. It's called vibrotactile technology. Vibrotactile technology. And the company actually holds a Zoom on this stuff every Monday at 8 p.m. So if you need that information, you can definitely reach out to me as well. 718-813-9207. That's Rashia.
Well, I have a request for you ladies. When we come back with Second Fridays, our next episode, I definitely would like to have you guys here consistently.
Okay.
Please, honestly, because I do believe that, like everyone else, there is information to be shared consistently, and there will be people to be helped by this.
Okay.
I know definitely me, because as yourself, I try to deter away from the medication. For other reasons, other health line reasons, I'm really not supposed to take any medication. So I try to do natural things as much as I can. I'm a director for, I'm converting my entire home as we speak right now. No chemicals, chemical free.
Yes.
And by the way, you guys could contact me if you want any information on that company. It is a well-kept secret. Look me up for this.
Okay.
So we're going to have a lot of different things going on. We're going to have pop-ups and stuff like that. Definitely want to be able to be in contact with you ladies.
Absolutely.
So, we
Okay.
can spread the word and help each other grow,
Definitely.
show up here, get seen, and grow. Let's collaborate and let us help each other. Like Mr. Al Brown said, a lot of people, they segregate themselves. How can we all have to push each other and uplift each other to grow.
I agree.
You know?
Yes.
I agree.
And even word of mouth, and I do believe in that. Word of mouth is the best advertisement.
Absolutely.
Yep.
The best.
Yep.
So with that being said, thank you ladies.
Thank you.
I really, really enjoyed that. We were, you got Roxy
Thank you,
on the
Cato.
chair. Thank you, Cato, these ladies, and all the guests that we had here tonight.
Well, you guys can say it.
Yeah, we're wrapping it up.
Yeah, we just want to wrap it up.
Phil, just come fall in and you could turn on your mic.
So, special thanks to everybody that made it out here tonight. A round of applause, guys. Yes, I really give thanks because I do feel that we're really onto something amazing. Rashia and them was here from the beginning, and I'm really happy that we can conclude this episode here
Look at that.
with you guys, because it's progress.
Yes.
Because when we started, we were shaky. Guys, the truth of the matter is, whatever it is that you are facing in life, you may try to get a mortgage, you may dealing with illness, whatever it is that you are facing in life, you are going to be shaky, you know? And by restoring your faith in the Creator and keep putting one foot in front of the other, you will be here today, well, someday, which will be your today.
Yes.
So we are going into episode 2, and we are looking amazing. And for everyone in the house here tonight that has a business, we are giving you the opportunity to send us your flyers for free. Complimentary your time for being here tonight, and we're going to include you in the paid lineup for the next episode. So for everyone here that has a business card, a flyer, please send it to us. So we are getting ready. We are going to be on a brief recess, but the work will never stop.
No.
Because Mr. Phil and Mr. Al has people to put in house, and then we need Roxy for the final touches when the family comes.
That's it.
And I will just bring the snow cone and the
That's
video.
it. Just put me
You
on
know?
the phone and I will just like.
Or we bringing them right here. If you guys know anyone that is looking for an event space and you want to talk about convenience and transportation,
Yes.
it don't get better than this.
Nope.
Dollar cab! As easy as that. It's
Or
right out the
the bus
door.
at the corner here and
The
across the
bus.
street.
We in the bus stop.
We're in the bus stop.
All right?
literally.
So it's nothing like the Nutmeg Clubhouse, guys. Each and every Saturday, it's all about your oil down, Grenadian style. You're getting it all over Brooklyn. From the Nutmeg Clubhouse to the 50s to Canarsie. Once you're in Brooklyn, ask for oil down. Anything else we have to add before we leave, guys?
I just want to remind people about just remind everyone that we're launching our Wednesday Wealth webinars. This is online, it's free. To really be able to get this Zoom link, you can text me 347-526-3501 or email wealthcreationstrategist@gmail. It's all about a strategy that everyone needs to be able to create wealth. So wealth creation strategist@gmail. We send you the link and you will come on and you will, Al Brown is going to be there. The other part of our team, Charles Mester, the attorney, I guess really, right? So it was Al Brown, Charles Mester, and myself that helped you in getting your piece of real estate.
Yeah.
So we're the ones that are online. And during hey Al, my day started off beautifully. So I was heading on the subway to head out to Queens, and I had someone to fly it. And she said, "Yo, Phil Mel, you helped me and my husband purchase a house." I've never met the woman.
We on camera!
I've never met the woman before. She said, yeah. She says, we got everything we needed during the webinars, during the pandemic.
That's how much people he put in house.
Webinars during the there was nothing else to do but to do webinars.
You put it
From
in house.
7 to 10:30, we used to just do a webinar because we all in lockdown.
Yes,
Lockdown.
yes.
And based on the emails that we collected, 1,500, we gave information. We were just doing it.
Look at that.
And she bought a house. Never met her before.
Wow.
You know.
Real life,
Wow.
guys.
Yeah,
Real life,
So-
real talk.
She bought 3 houses in Delaware because I said, well, when you get your pre-approval, you're going to spend it. Folks, a pre-approval is a blank check.
Facts.
That's what it is. Now you can figure out where you can spend that check. Sometimes it all depends on which zip code. Because if you get a pre-approval for $1 million, you could probably do a zip code in Brooklyn. But if you get a pre-approval for 500, it ain't gonna run in Brooklyn. It might be some other state. So that's what we was teaching people. She bought 3 houses in Delaware.
Look at that.
Mad.
Yes.
So guys,
Well,
The webinars, we're back.
yes.
yeah, and I'm telling you guys, I'm a product of it. I used to go to the Brooklyn Public Library, and it was years before even having the property, you know. So thank you so much. Second Fridays, #1, we are definitely packing this house here, guys. Next season,
Yes.
next episode.
Yes.
It's a pleasure. Roxy, guys, we may not be here to say happy birthday in advance for Roxy. So Roxy will be celebrating her birthday whilst we are on our readmission. You know, we coming back, getting ourselves together.
Thanking God for life, and thank you guys for everything and for the love and the encouragement.
Woohoo!
Because that is what we need every day to strive and to keep faith and to keep grounded. We need to keep a smile on our face, regardless of what is going on.
Yep.
And I'm always tested, we're all always tested, but I was tested a lot this week. And I said, you know what? I'm just going to keep smiling. I said that, I'm just going to keep smiling. It's going to work out. Everything's going to work out. And I have to have something to hold on to, you know, when the odds are against us. So here's what, guys. Thank you so much for always coming here, showing up, viewing us. See you guys next episode.
Woohoo!
Throughout the summer.
Boom!
All right, thank you.
All right, that's what we're talking about,
Thank you,
man.
Miss D. for
This
having
thing,
us.
yeah,
Miss D.
Nutmeg Clubhouse.
Yes.
Amazing, man, guys.
Thank you.
Thank you for coming and really inspiring us. We
Woohoo!
can't complain about it.
Yeah, this vibes.
Your journey.
We have something for talk
Well, let's see them all of us get on. You see all of us relax. Well, they think the camera cut off, you know. They all getting on, they ready for part.
Can't turn that camera is always on.
Yeah, they think the camera. They think I cut off the camera.
And that's why we are who we are, because we can be who we are when we want to be.
And that's what it is, man. So, guys, thank you very much.
Love in the house, everyone.
Woohoo!